Let me know if you'd like a more dramatic, casual, or professional tone, or if you're turning this into a video, article, or post.
Oh, he's going to get tossed. There it is. Scott Foster says goodbye.
Oh, and there he threw his mouthpiece and hit him in the back. Yeah.
Carlos Boozer came out swinging, literally, almost catching the rest kids in the crossfire. Then Fred VanVleet took it up a notch, getting way too close and nearly jabbing the ref right in the eye. Straight up madness.
Now Fred VanVleet was just thrown out of the game.
Freddie's got to be careful.
That was a $50,000 hook right there, but one ref really messed up when he pissed off a 7-foot monster. Joel Embiid was ready to go full beast mode. Dude looked like he was about to take out a ref.
And now he's been ejected. And Embiid is done for the night. Boy, Embiid is still going.
He is animated, to say the least.
Players always find a way to get some revenge when they can. Just ask Isaiah Thomas.
A contact underneath the rim with Anunoby and Morris, and some shoving between those two. Wow. Ibaka gets into it. Tempers flaring early here in D.C.
Sometimes the refs do push players to the edge. Austin Rivers, for instance, he accidentally hit a ref during a game and was immediately tossed. It was one of those moments that just spiraled.
Thomas. What is this? Wait. Isaiah Thomas just got ejected? Is that what we're seeing? Did both get ejected? Oh. IT put his hands on Murat Koga.
Now with Dennis Rodman, even a single bad call could set him off. Once he got into foul trouble, it was like a switch flipped. Keeping his cool wasn't exactly his strong suit.
They're just tenacious. There's Spates. Ooh, wait a minute. He's been thrown out of the game, and they may have to take Doc with him. And he's liable to get fined if he doesn't get off here quickly.
Man, if I were officiating Rodman's games, I'd be giving him every call just to stay on his good side. But believe it or not, Paul Pierce once got into it so bad with a ref he ended up landing a punch. That's next level chaos.
Bernard, it looked like he headbutted him.
He just was trying to make his point. They're trying to grab him, and now he throws his jersey back out of court, very upset.
This next one was wild. Amir Johnson got into a heated exchange with the ref over the ball, and when talking didn't do the trick, he lost his cool and threw his mouthpiece in frustration.
They wave it off and say there's no continuation.
Now it's time for Amir Johnson, and this one had fans shaking their heads. You hate to see it. Come on, man, over at basketball. But sometimes tensions run high with certain calls. Take Jeff Teague, for example. He was playing back home in Indiana, so his mom and sister were in the stands showing support. That's when things took a turn with the referee.
Oh, and he threw his mouthpiece and hit him in the back. Yeah, that's going to be suspension time for Amir Johnson. You don't like to see.
Tony Brothers really crossed the line. My mom and my aunt were sitting courtside, rocking my jersey and showing love. Every time I checked into the game, he pulled me aside and asked, "Who are those women?" I couldn't believe it. I snapped. I said, "That's my mom, man." I started losing it. He kept apologizing over and over, but when it comes to getting into it with the refs, no one matches Anthony Edwards. He's already had 6 run-ins. Honestly, that kind of record seems unreal.
My aunt Niecy was sitting courtside, and they had my jersey. They cheering and shit every time I came in the game. And he pulled me to the side. He was like, "Man, who them hoes?"
Oh, hell no!
I lost it. I was like, "That's my mama, you blah, 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 blah." I'm start going crazy. And he kept apologizing, nah.
Our expressions and hand signals weren't enough for Ant-Man, but Steph Curry had his own way of sending a message to the refs. In Game 6 of the 2016 Finals, things got intense. Steph fouled LeBron, nearly lost his cool, and after a deflected rebound led to another foul, he was hit with a technical. After fouling out, Curry threw his mouthpiece in frustration, and it ended up striking a fan named Mike. But that wasn't the last we hear of the famous mouthguard moment.
Up top! Lefty smash! Oh, Edwards called for a technical foul.
Right, come on.
I think
that is unlike you.
That's all of our faces.
Steph Curry was ejected with 1:14 left on the clock, and the Warriors were holding a 2-point lead. Meanwhile, Allen Iverson took his frustration with the refs to another level. In a game against the Detroit Pistons, things kept going against him. First on a play with Lindsey Hunter, where he was hoping for a call, but instead got hit with an offensive foul. He nearly lost his composure. Then, on a fast break, he took a hard fall trying to finish at the rim and again got no whistle. That's when Iverson had enough and finally spoke up. Not long after, he was traded to the Denver Nuggets.
Deflected rebound. And a foul on Curry, and Curry's going to get it with a technical. He throws his mouthpiece after fouling out of the game.
And it hit a fan, Mike.
In his first game back against his former team, Allen Iverson was ejected. Referee Steve Javey made the call, and the tension didn't stop there. Word around the league was that officials weren't happy with Iverson's reaction, and they made a point to crack down. Although Iverson had a reputation for carrying the ball, it often went uncalled. But that night, refs decided to enforce the rule with purpose. In the first half, each official took a turn calling a palming violation. It was clear there was a plan in motion. During a free throw, Iverson turned to one of the refs and asked, "Tim, how long is this going to go on?"
Steph Curry has been ejected with 1:14 to go and Golden State leading by 2.
Man Rasheed Wallace didn't just have issues with the refs. He made it his lifelong mission to stir up chaos. This guy was getting texts just for staring. Unbelievable. He became public enemy no. One for officials, and he didn't back down. Whenever he felt wronged, he let the game decide who was right or wrong. If he missed a call, he let it be known, and his texts piled up. In the 2000 season, he racked up 38 technical fouls, setting a record. But he didn't stop there. He broke it the next season with 42 more. And if you thought that was intense.
So Steve Javey, has just thrown Allen Iverson out of the game.
And on the way out, he said he wanted Javi dead. This obviously didn't sit right with refs around the league, so they made their next mission to get him back.
Allen Iverson, although he carries the ball all the time and it's never called, we were going to enforce that rule against him that night, and we went out in the first half and we all each took a turn. You know, we had a pact. We're all going to call a palming violation on him, and we did that. And I did tell, Tommy to bet against Denver that night. And Iverson came up to me during a free throw, and he said, "Tim, how long is this going to go on for?"
Van Exel has been suspended for 7 games and fined a record 20.
Yo, I ain't got no love for them cats. Y'all cats is out there cheating. Yeah, I'm going to give y'all everything I got. And guess what? You going to hear what I got to say. I don't care about no fine. Because with me, it wasn't about the money. Because you can't control me with the money. That's what they think they could do. Oh, I'm going to give you a text. Go ahead, text me. But guess what? You only got that power for 48 minutes. What about when we off of this court and I see your ass?
Against Hunter, he was looking for a foul. The offensive foul was called. He almost threw the ball. Then he thinks he gets fouled on this breakaway. Also goes down hard to get the layup. Finally, he decided it was time to say something. The ball gets twirled, and whatever came out of his mouth was a little twisted too, and there's the technical. And now they call palming the ball.
When you talk about Dick Bavetta in 2002, I don't know if you remember the famous Lakers-Sacramento Game 6, right? Yep. He openly said to a lot of us that he was the NBA's go-to guy. He was put on Game 6s to make sure they went to a Game 7, and that was one of the most f***ed up, games in the history of the NBA.
Yes. Yep.